Okay, next one. 3 tenths take away 1/20. So notice how the denominators are different. So all you have to ask yourself, what they have in common? Well, they both, again, the lowest common multiple is 20 for both, so you just have to double this first fraction. If you double it, you're going to get 6 over 20. And yes, now you can take away, because you need to have common denominators. And 6 take away 1 is 5, so 5 over 20. And you know what? You could leave it there or you could simplify it. I would simplify it. So 5 over 20, you can divide them both by 5, you get 1 over 4. So it's a quarter. Or 1/4. Oh god, here we go. I was kind of hoping we don't get to see this. So now we're going to do some long division. Alright, so my advice is to put down your list of numbers, yeah, in the 29 times table. So you got 29, and if you add another 29, you should get 58. Add another 29, you should get 87. So the trick is to keep going down by 1 and going up by 3. So this would be 111, so 116. So keep going down and keep adding 3. So 14, 17. So I want to go just this far. Now, how many 29 is going to 72? Well, we can see that the highest maximum value is 58. So we can put 58 underneath. And this goes, of course, twice. So subtract these. You can't do 2 take away 8, but you can borrow from the 7. It becomes a 6. So you got 12 take away 8, which is 4. 6 take away 5 is 1. And then you just drop the 5 down. Now, how many 29 is going to 145? So we check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes 5 times perfectly, and we can copy the number down because that's what number we want. Take away all these numbers, and we can clearly see we get 0. So your answer is, of course, 25. Okay, good stuff, guys. Let's go. 15% of 440, very easy. So find 10% of this number. So 10%, and then half it to find 5%. So 10% of this number, it means divide by 10, so you're left with 44. 5% is half of this, so that's 22. Then you just add them up to get 15%. So add them up, you get 66. Easy stuff. Okay, and it looks like we're back for another long multiplication, guys. So how do we do this? So easy steps. So you pick a number 1, and then you just multiply every single digit. Then you move across, times, then choose 3, multiply every digit by 3. Easy. Okay, so let's check it out. So you go 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 7 is 7, 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 6 is 6. Easy. Now we move the digit to the left. So now, all of this was times by 1. Now we're going to times by 3 or 30. So we do 3 times 4, which is 12, carry the 1. 3 times 7 is going to be 21, add 1 is 22, carry the 2. 3 times 5 is 15, 15 add 2 is 17, carry the 1. And lastly, 3 times 6 is going to be 18, and 18 add 1 is 19, so just write the whole thing here. Okay, so it looks okay. Now we just have to literally add all these guys up. So you got any blanks, you can just put zeros there if you want. So 4 add nothing is 4, 7 add 2 is 9, 5 and 2 is 7, 6 and 7 is 13, so carry the 1. So 1 and 9 is 10, carry the 1, and 1 and 1 is 2. So your final answer is 203,794. God, that's a massive number, you know. And it looks about right, you know. I haven't even checked it, but I believe it's right. Just gonna... Yep, looks good to me. Let's move on. Okay, question 31. So we got 1 and 4/5 plus 3 tenths. So the trick is to firstly ignore the whole numbers and make the fractions the same. So 4/5 and 3 tenths. So you can make them both over 10, and you can do this by doubling this fraction. So 4/5 should become 8 tenths. Then you just add them up to 3 tenths. So adding the whole numbers separately, so you got 1, and then you got 8 tenths plus 3 tenths, which is 11 tenths. And now the idea is to see how many tens go into 11. Well, it goes once, and you already got 1 here, so it'll be 2 now, and remainder 1 tenths. So pretty simple, isn't it? So that's going to be it, 2 1/10. Okay, well, still a few more to go, guys. Now once again, long division. So previously, all you have to do is literally keep going up in 43s. So double is 86. Next one would be 129. Add another 43. So it'll be 169, 172. Keep adding 4s here. So it'll be 210. Add 3, 5. Okay, so I'm gonna go just far. So check your maths, see if it makes sense, yeah? Okay, let's start doing our maths now. How many 43s go to 1? You can't do. 11, you can't do. 111, yes. And we can see we can go up to 1 to 86, because you can't go up to here. So you put 86 here and you say twice over. Now let's subtract. So 1 take away 6 you can't do. So we borrow from here. So 11 take away 6 is 5. 0 take away 8 you can't do, so 10 take away 8 is 2. That's it. Now you drop the 8 and you got 258. I'm just going to go over a limb here and say the next number after this is 258. Looks like it. Now how many 43s go to 258? Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times. And of course the number is clearly there. Subtract them, you get no remainder. So thank God. So always double check your maths, guys. You always make sure you're adding correctly, yeah? And I'm guessing most time you're supposed to get a whole number. Anyway, the answer is 26. Okay, nice easy one, nice little break. So 3/5 divided by 3. So the way this works, if you're dividing by a whole number, you just find its reciprocal. So it's like saying divide 3 over 1, or change it to times 1 over 3. Then just do the math. 3 times 1 is 3, 5 times 3 is 15. Simplify this by dividing 3, you can get 1/5. So the answer is 1/5. Another easy one. So 2/5 times 140, you just do 2 times 140, which is 280, and then you divide it by 5. So using long multiplication, 5 divided by 280. How many 5s go into 2? Nothing. How many 5s go into 28? Goes 5 times, remainder 3. 5 into 30 is 6, so 56. So guys, not so bad these questions here. Okay, number 35. So this one again is very easy. So just like the previous question, we need to rewrite this. So firstly, when it comes to subtracting and you got mixed numbers, I always find it easier to rewrite it as improper fraction. So rewrite the first one as an improper. So to do that 1/4, all you have to do is realize that a whole number 1 over 4 is 4 over 4. And you add it to the 1, so you can do 4 times 1 is 1 plus 1 is 5/4. Okay, so 1/4 is like saying whole number 1, which is 4 over 4, add another quarter. That's a whole 1, and add these, you get 5. Now subtract it to 1/3. Now this part we have to find common denominators. So we need to realize that 4 and 3 have a lowest common multiple of, let's see, 12. That makes sense because they're both in the 3s and 4 times table. So to get this first fraction of 12, we need to divide times everything by 3. So the whole thing is going to be 15 over 12. To get 3 to 4, we need to 3 to 12, we need to multiply this whole side by 4. So 1 times 4 is 4 over 12. Okay, now just take a little breather, guys, and realize that this is just simple fractions now. So 15 take away 4, because now you got common denominators, we can take away the top or add it even. 15 take away 4 is 11, so the answer is 11 over 12. Bravo, if you guys got this in, seriously, give you guys a pat on the back. Now one more question to go. Okay, so this is easy. So you need to know your bid mass rules here. So even though this is the final question, I think this is a very easy one. So bid mass, firstly, the rule is if you have brackets first but no brackets. Indices are like powers, but we don't have that, so we can ignore these two. Now, division. So you can see that division comes first. So you should always divide first. And subtraction is here, you do that right at the end. So this means, let's do 42 divided by 6 first. So I'm going to rewrite them here. So 42 divided by 6, what does that give you here? So you should notice that 6 and 42 goes 7 times, so it'll be 7. So 60 take away 7 now is just easy, it's 53.